Do we have to discuss this one?
No, we have to discuss Nadia Nakai.
So I know we're discussing Nadia Nakai's album called Naked. Jacob was very excited about it, and this is why he wants us to release. I don't know, maybe it's got to do with something because it's naked. I don't know, but Jacob was excited about it, so we are reviewing it.
Okay, so when you talk about Naked Nadia, I think the time and effort that you put into this is really
Respectful?
really paid off.
Oh, okay. But unrespectful, Marji.
No, it really paid off because if you listen to the Family Tree podcast that she has with Kasmir West, is that it was really him that stopped Nadia from putting out the project that as soon as she wanted it. Because like you're not ready yet. You're not ready to put out the project yet. And through this you can hear that there is a really good development in terms of, and the project that you put out there is really good. If I listen to international projects compared to hers to those projects, her project is a really good coherent project that put out there in terms of the international scheme of things. So I have to give that to Casper. Is that he knows the game, he knows the South African game, they have been there for a while. She is signed to him. Okay, if you want to become an artist that is self-sustainable and is going to not just be making hits, but really want to put out a body of work there, then we have to take a slower process. And this album pays off. I listened to it a couple of times and it's quite enjoyable. That is JC's view.
Interesting.
Spoken sling. Like, you just needed to say ding at the end. And then...
Okay, the thing at the end is there's some stuff that I don't agree with.
Okay.
But overall, it's a really amazing body of work.
Yeah, I agree too.
No, I don't agree.
Okay.
Really?
Well,
Yeah.
Like for real?
I listened to this album and I wasn't really surprised.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think there was maybe a few songs, or maybe there's like 3 on this list that I was like, okay, I can nod my head to this, and this is cool. I like a flow. I love the intro, very cool, and she really comes in with a bang. But for me, in terms of reproducing, man, that's the thing that I picked up from this album. It's just reproducing. There's so much that I picked up, like that one song that you played with the drums. Which one is that called?
On the
Trapping.
block? Oh, okay.
Trapping, yes.
I'm gonna see if it will play now. No, this one. No.
Oh, dum dum dum.
Yeah, that one.
Dum dum
No.
dum dum. Oh,
No?
not that one. Oh. I think it's.
Is it this one? Yeah.
I listen to rap bitches.
You
You
know,
played with the drums, Creatures.
It's number 2, I think. It's not Africa the one after.
I'm a boss.
oh yeah. Oh, no, but it was African because it had some drums also. Or maybe it was.
Started
Okay, but what did you mean?
Sorry. Okay. The one with the, I mean, I just, okay. In general, I found like I just heard Nicki Minaj, and some of them I heard a Nicki Minaj vibe, and then I heard like there was Destiny's Child. Their last concert, their last performance that they did. I have the DVD from that, and there's a point where Michelle, Kelly and Beyonce all do a solo thing. So for Beyonce's solo, she performed Nasty Girl. Is it called Nasty Girl? With Sean Paul.
I'm not.
Oh,
Love to love you, baby.
No. I'm not a
Baby
big
boy.
Destiny's
Baby
Child
boy.
or Beyonce.
Baby boy.
Baby boy.
I'm not asking you to be a fan. I'm
No.
asking you to know music. Anyway, so she starts that performance with the same drums that she plays in this thing. So I listened to a lot of this music and I heard that and I heard Cardi and I'm just like, this is Name. Name.
I agree with, you see, spot on. There's a lot of hits, international hits, and the beats of the international hits that they use to make this particular album.
Yes.
But in terms of hip hop, it's done all over. On the Nipsey Hussle album, there is Hustle and Motivate. That is Hard Knock Life from Jay-Z's album. It's a hard knock life, and he uses that particular beat to make Hustle and Motivate. So the one thing that we have to, the DJ Khaled album, they even have I think All Eyes on Me.
Yeah, but I mean, if you look at how Nicki does it well. Like she did the song about Biggie, and she used his beat and she rapped on it. But the song is dedicated to him. I mean, that is there's a reference put there. So there's a difference between doing that and doing a DJ Khaled vibe, where you just taking someone else's work and trying something new. It's not gonna work. So for me, she starts this album off with a bang, and I was like, okay, this is cool. Like, when did you hear an album starting with a? Now you know it's a female album because she's walking in on heels. There's that power coming through. Then that beat comes in, and then she starts rapping. I was like, this is quite. She's good. She's a brilliant rapper. And then she just lost me after like the reproducing. So I think for me, and I know it's really crappy to put in all this effort in this album, and then for someone like me who's not even.
Okay, how many times did you listen to it?
Twice, but I couldn't anymore, to be honest. Because I'm not really, personally, I'm not a fan of the sitting on his face and taking his mouth and like, I don't know, I'm not a fan of that kind of content. Yeah. So even if Nicki Minaj does it, like there's a space for it in my life, and that is dance. If I put it, can I put it like that? So if I listen to like Big Sean singing ass, I'll be like I'll be there, I'll be performing it. Nasty on my thing, whatever. I'll be there. But this was not that vibe. She was trying to go with something hip hoppy, if I can say hip hoppy, with the stankiness, and it didn't mix for me. For me, I have a separation.
But Missy Elliott pull it off every time.
Missy Elliott can, because Missy Elliott is crazy, straight up. Like, she presents herself as a unique individual. And when she's serious on the track, she's serious on the track. And she gives the message across. But when she's stanky and rappy, she can do that. She puts it together nicely. She found that the gelling.
Okay, we must not clap on this thing because it spiked the thing.
Yeah, don't clap.
Okay, so what were you thinking?
But I just don't think for me she's a good rapper. Stick to the good rapping. Don't go nasty. You don't need to.
Okay, I think.
You don't need to.
After listening to her interview, there's this one interview she had with Slicker, and there's a part where she explains that as she moves along, she's going to of course start changing her image, and I think she actually will, especially looking at the company that she's out, like the record label that she's under. Casper has
Family 3.
Yeah, Family 3, and also how much he has. Well, not just him alone, but like even his team, but like they take every single thing into consideration, like your brand. You see, for example, something like Stogie T. Before he was Tumi, and then now he's now Stogie T with cigars and So she said also herself that she's just firstly introducing herself as she is. That's why she even calls it Nadia Naked. She's just giving it like me basically, because a lot of people portray her as this calm, quiet person. She's quite sweet, very soft. But like when she's out there, she just goes out and she's a boss. So I think she said she was showing off that part, and I think because of that, maybe it required such sounds. Because I also, as much as I really love the album, but most of the sounds reminded me, I think from track 7 or something, I'm not sure. Like from track 7 I'm not sure. But like somewhere from there, they started sounding like, there's this trap that we used to have, Gucci Mane type trap, 2006.
Yeah.
It reminded me of that. But I liked most of the tracks. Okay, no, actually, there's two favorite tracks that I like. It's Africa. Africa actually has a sound
Africa's nice, yeah.
similar to Bongo Muffins Harare. Like they really sound similar. And maybe she got the inspiration from it or whatever. I'm not sure. And then on the block with Kulichana.
Where she kills Kulichana.
Cool.
A flow really kills Kulichana's flow there.
But like, did you hear Kulichana's? You know how Kulichana
Sometimes you must just give it to the other person.
Okay.
You see, Kulichana is a big rapper, and he's really great in terms of what he is.
Even the beat is like nice. I like the beat as well.
Kendrick.
Yeah, very good.
Where's Kulichana's flow? She killed them.
She killed him. Hey. I'm still listening.
That's the own one.
No, Simone is a
Put
bit.
your own down.
Simone, but what do you think between the two of us? Whose flow is better there?
Definitely Nadia's.
Wait, flow.
Yeah.
Guys. Okay, can I justify why?
No.
No, I'm gonna.
No, let him justify.
Okay, not can I. Let me justify.
What's funny is that he's justifying for Kulichana, but bruh, like how you is it?
No, I can clearly explain why. Okay, let me explain why. Kulichana, his brand is associated with like playfulness, like okay, at least that's how I receive it. Colors, he's always fresh, he's always young. He even has a track called Fresh. If you can just go and look at that video and listen to the music, and then listen to this sound, especially with that ooh ooh at the background. I think that's how maybe they thought that this track would be perfect with Kulichana. And then
let's talk about
but now with the flow
rap and flow
okay,
on the
now
song.
the flow part with the playfulness of the sound or like the beat, how it sounds and how Kulichana played with words. Just where Simone paused it because he was about to say like means like I speak English with my nose. There's this thing like with black people when say I speak English, people maybe another black person can say, oh, you feel like you're making yourself better. You think you're better because you can speak English. But it's because apparently when we speak English, we don't sound the same as when we speak with our like mother tongue accent. So from that point onwards, he goes into this flow like, no. And then he pulls it, Simone,
No, man. Really, give Nadia.
Okay, Nadia, it's yours then. Okay, because we share the same birthday, by the way, you guys know most.
Don't
Nadia.
care. Don't care.
Yeah, okay, guys. So Nadia and I, we share the same birthday, 18 May. So.
But I like to give people the thing, man. There's tracks where he underestimated Nadia.
She's really good, and what I like about her is also the change in her tone, man.
Yes.
She changes her tone really nicely.
And then that song,
according to the music.
Yeah, she flowed, and she gave you the Kendrick why you boo
Yes.
She really changed it from that flow into that Naomi and TP.
But I'm really okay with the album. I'm really okay with the work that she put in. I can see her like she's gonna come so slowly. People won't be aware of her. She's already out there, obviously. But I feel like there's still going to be a time where she hits so hard. Cause some of her tracks, because she mentions there's a lot of Rastafarian like I don't know what do they call them, but like you'd hear like a little short ad lib. Was it an ad lib where insert of a Rastafarian saying something like about Selassie? So I don't know, is that something that she's into or what? I'm not sure, but I feel like she's quite, even though some of the sounds international, but it's authentic. But I still want more.
It's not authentic.
It's not authentic.
Not
The
in
sound
the
is
whole
not
project.
authentic.
Because it doesn't sound South African.
No, in terms of
because
hip hop,
it's
it's
not
not
original.
authentic. If you look at the Shoma Josie one, I would
Oh.
say that's a more authentic sound in hip hop,
Yeah.
but it's not authentic in house. Do you get the difference? So Shoma Josie used house music to make hip hop music, but if she used that music in house, it's not original. So it's not an authentic sound. So
How though? Okay, well, I don't understand what you mean by authentic then.
So if you listen to the music of the album of it's really beats that was already in hip hop. It's kind
Authentic is really like original. It's
It's
new,
like-
something you've never heard before.
of
Something
you
never done
experiment,
before.
yes, and you experiment with it.
But though, guys, that's not what authentic necessarily means.
Yes, it
Really?
does.
Okay. If I
What's
put
authentic then? Because I can Google it.
not from what I know, authentic was basically originality, and originality doesn't necessarily have to come from something new. I can be original and say, you know what, I'm still original. Maybe I'm going to rap today. Youngster, his sounds are authentic because obviously the music that he listened to
Yeah, you've never heard it before.
No, but it sounds that are similar to it's you can hear the influence that it comes from
Yeah,
the
it's
latest
a
music.
dope-
We have an amazing conversation, and I think that's for another vlog.
Okay, but I want to end
No,
on-
no, no.
Okay,
We
no,
don't.
but
We're not
but
ending it.
I need to end it.
If she ends, okay.
Well, I'm not ending it off. I'm just saying we must have this conversation for another vlog. Authenticity, originality, and especially hip hop.
Yeah.
Because hip hop is mainly sampling from the beginning, putting through two or more tracks together, take their beats, their breaking points, and that's why the book is on the table. It's about the history of hip hop and where it started, putting those together and then produce something from it. So you are right to say, okay, to a certain extent then it's authentic to hip hop's birth. That sound, the boom bap, the break, the thinging. So I interpret authenticity in a different way. Something new, innovative in that particular sense.
Unique to the individual producing it.
Yeah.
That's also one thing. So, like I said, when I'm listening to it, I heard Nicki. I didn't hear Nadia. I heard Nicki, or I heard Beyonce, or I heard Kendrick. I didn't hear her. So I just hear you reproducing. That's what I'm saying, reproducing something that other artists, and I get there's a difference for me between influence and reproducing. Because if you say youngster's influence, you can hear his influence come through. And he's not claiming it to be his own. But for me, she's laughing the same way Nicki does on the tracks. Nah, man.
Mara, Simone.
Do it differently.
But
We can
okay.
you will know that people will think it's her.
What is the biggest clapback that Schoolboy Q got in his album? The latest album.
I really don't know.
Is that his sound is Crash Talk is the album, by the way. He sounds like Kendrick.
Oh, okay.
It's the biggest. So, and he said, of course, I would sound, but he didn't. You see, he said, of course, I would sound like with Kendrick because I spent so much time with this dude. But people pick it up. People pick it up. So if you listen to the latest song of what Kendrick featured with Sir, it's completely different.
Yeah, you didn't even see your Kendrick coming.
Yeah.
He didn't even sound like himself.
Yeah, so he tried to be completely different every time.
Yeah.
He tries to rap and he doesn't want to have the same kind of thing. And I'm not saying that makes him original or authentic because people have done it before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So.
But it's unpredictable. And I think it's a predictability for me as well because I don't want to listen to a new album and predict it.
But I think TP has a point, man.
No, I understand his point, but I'm
So you
trying.
agree with it,
No, I don't agree with it. I said I understand it.
No, but I think TP has a good point.
Okay, I still understand it. But
No,
I'm
but
just
like,
saying,
I mean-
this was my experience in listening to her music. If I listen, like, if we take it back to listening to Shoma Josie's, who did you hear besides Shoma Josie on her album?
Who did I hear?
Yeah.
so you're
Who
talking
did you
about
hear coming
voice.
through?
So you're talking about authorship, voice.
Maybe, I don't know, but I'm talking about like when I
Style.
listen to
Basically-
when I listen to Nadia Nakai's one song where she starts talking and she's like, you bitches, nah nah nah. That's Nikki. That is what
But
Nikki
Shoma
does.
Josie has such a
No,
Nicky
yeah,
track.
It's not Nikki.
Which one?
Okay, I think
Like singing track, like that R&B is such a Nicky track. Shoma Josie is the same.
No, but are you talking about the music or are you talking about her
No.
rapping?
I was
just
like,
remembered
this is
something.
Nicky.
I
Okay,
actually just remember something.
give me
Like where you said like when the song starts she says like you bitches what. That's not Nikki necessarily. That's hip hop.
No, that's Nikki back.
A lot of tracks when
No,
Nikki,
it's
when,
No, that's Nikki.
no. Obviously it's said, but
If you go back to Pink Print of Nikki's, Nikki's been doing that. On her
But
album.
basically what Nadia is doing there before the song starts is that she's calling
Listen
out
to
people.
the end of Anaconda.
She's calling out.
Play the end of
If someone is
Anaconda.
not giving
Play
you a
that
chance to play,
song.
it's just you see. No, that's not cool, guys.
No, I want her to give you a choice.
A chance.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm saying is, usually before tracks start, people always call people out, call rappers out, call competition out. She did that.
When?
No, I mean like that's what basically Nadia Nakai did. That's what Nicki also did. But I'm saying that's what happens in hip hop. But now the fact that it was so identifiable with Nicki Minaj is because of course this industry is mostly filled with male rappers. So we don't even notice that anymore. If Kendrick does it, maybe for example, let's say Busta Rhymes did it before, Kendrick does it. We just see it already as the culture unfolding. But maybe from the women's side of things, it's because Nicki is very huge. So anything that, anyone who's under her lane, basically who's a female, who's a rapper also, maybe if she does something, it might be said that, hey, she took this influence from Nicki. But
No, like I said, I'm differentiating between influence and sound and reproducing something. I get that influence and I get that thing, but if you hear how Missy, let's take the calling out concept. If you take how Missy calls out people on an album, compared to how Lil Kim called out people, compared to how Shoma Josie called out people, I mean, I'm not saying that they all did, but if you listen to each of them, how they call them out, do it in the way that you would do it naturally.
what if maybe that's the way?
Oh, wait.
But if
This is
but
a
I
never-ending
want
debate.
you I want you to then just listen to, because what I'm trying to tell you is when I heard it, Simone Momplé heard it, I heard Nicki. I did not hear Nadia Nakai clearly emulating Nicki. So listen to the end of Anaconda and listen to the beginning of that song.
Okay, I want to reconcile because the two of you are missing each other here in terms of speaking. So this is what Dre does. Dre take people with different voices. If you have an interesting voice, he sounds you. 50 Cent, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, he wants people's voices to come through. And this is the disagreement. Which is Nadia Nakai's voice? Which is his flow? Which is his tonal thing?
Yeah, but it comes through in the first track.
Yeah, but this is
Then that's for me is Nadia authentically.
okay.
You see what I'm saying?
okay.
And I'm saying she's really good because she is able to do these different sounds and match it to the beat. That's beautiful because I haven't heard that locally before. So she does it beautifully. So in the beginning, she starts such a beautiful, and there's this hard beat coming, and I was like, oh shit, are you gonna be able to match this beat? And when she started rapping, I heard Nadia, and then there's another slow song that happens later where she raps slower, she's more gentle on the track, and then she goes hard in other times, but that's Nadia. So when I heard this, I was like, nah, I mean, like, why? You don't need to.
Don't you think that's Casper's influence? That the album needs to sell?
I honestly don't care about that. I'm honestly talking from a point of a consumer, and a consumer in loving hip hop and art and music and a dancer. I'm not like I don't want to hear Nicki from someone else.
Or maybe it's still too early to really, because we don't basically what I'm seeing from this conversation is that we don't really know Nadia's sound. and I mean she just released.
No,
her
but
first
I mean,
album.
she had an opportunity here.
But I explained that on Slegger's interview, she says Nadia Naked stands for
Yeah.
literally her giving out all her sides, basically, all of her.
No,
So maybe the Nikki
yeah,
part
no,
is
but I'm just saying, like, let's not focus on the Nikki part because it wasn't only Nikki; it was other people coming through that she bit on, and she.
But you can't use the word bit.
I'm saying but because I mean.
You're declaring
Wait, can I play you guys something?
Yes.
Okay, this is what I want to play. This is so Nick.
Yeah. Now there's a difference there between her. I'm trying to explain to you where I'm trying to. Can I just explain to you where I'm coming from? Because this is not me trying to bash anybody. I'm saying that in that song, which is called "Don't Tell Me What to Do," don't tell me what to do. There's a difference between her the influence that's coming through, but you can still hear it's Shoma Josie. But from Nadia, from my perspective, was I just heard the other artist. I didn't hear her coming through as Nadia with Nicki Minaj. I heard Nicki. With this, you can still hear, oh yeah, there's Shoma Josie coming through.
No, I heard
on
Nicki.
the Nicki influence.
I also thought when I listened it after a while, I was like, this is a Nicki song.
Especially when it gets to the.
And then I was like, oh, this is Shoma Josie. She bit hard on this one. She thought this might be the standout radio single.
I don't think she bit hard on this one.
I think she did.
Nah. No, but this is my point is that I'm not trying to bash anybody. I'm talking really from what I'm saying, my perspective. And I really think that as artists that's coming through and trying to be naked, why didn't you pull a youngster vibe and go naked?